5:30 a.m. with the hope of getting their center number on time, only for them to be told that the site is not working and as such, they cannot get their sleeps.
We are on the queue since morning. Thing is, I'm tired. Thing is frustrating, I'm tired.
By now, the internet, they say there's no connection, that we should go to cyber cafe. But most cyber cafe, they are not genuine. Unlike last year, so many people could not try exam because of the cyber cafe. So we just want them to airport because we are all students. And they're calling us the future of tomorrow. Look at this now, look at the crowd.
The situation is the same at some nearby cyber cafes where the students were expected to print the slips. Some parents with their children lamented the hardship their wards undergo to get jam slips.
We have been here trying to log in so that they will print our children's this year. But up till now, nothing reasonable is done. You can see the queue. The whole place is crowded. And the information I heard is that the website has not opened even till now. So I don't know how possible it will be today. The situation is very ugly, very bad, because I look at it as times sapping. It's very bad. It's a bad situation. I'm supposed to be my place of work today, but this kind of thing denied me the right of being in the office today.
We've been here since morning. I came in here with my daughter to come and collect the new center and the jam slip and the time to write our jam. But we're surprised since morning, some of the workers are just coming in not quite 30 minutes ago. You see, they were even waiting for NEPA. They told us that not until it is 9 o'clock when they will give them light, they will not even start to do anything. How can a big establishment like a zonal office of JAMB be waiting for NEPA to do its business?
It was discovered that some candidates were turned back at JAMB office while others who submitted copies of their receipts before and could not wait had their receipts returned to them. An official of JAMB who spoke with the candidates said they will be attended to when the site is open, saying that they are experiencing some technical issues nationwide. Patience Usayonabo reporting.
Long queues of vehicles have resurfaced at petrol stations in Benin City after a long period of constant supply and stable price. Kingsley Uchebo reports that apart from the NNPC mega filling station on Saple Road, Benin City, which dispense at the approved pump price of 86 naira per litre, some others sold for between 110 and 113 naira per litre.
The NNPC mega station, which was among the few dispensing the product in the metropolis at the government-approved pump price of 86 naira per litre, recorded long queue of vehicles. Some motorists who joined the queue early in the morning lamented the hardship they had to pass through to buy the commodity since the scarcity resurfaced. They called on the federal government to find a lasting solution to the lingering petrol crisis and address the disparity in pump price.
Well, everywhere we go now, we don't even see it here. Some stations that have, I believe they have, but they are not selling. The other ones that are selling is either they are selling for 100, 120. This is the only place we can still get it for the normal price of 86 naira.
Throughout Kpakpava and Ofo, I now came here, and I've stayed here for more than 1 hour. What I heard that they are not loading, I don't know whether it's true.
Actually, we don't really know what is happening or what is happening in Nigeria. Things are just getting worse. We don't see fuel buy before, but these days there's no fuel. Throughout this week there's no fuel. We don't really know what's happening in Nigeria. There's no fuel everywhere. Fuel now, we have buy fuel now 130, 140.
I've been here since 9:30, and up till now I've not even got to the point where I can get fuel. So I don't know what is happening. The federal government and the state should do something about it.
Some major and independent marketers were without the product, while others that dispensed petrol above the stipulated pump price were sealed by officials of Edo State Petroleum Monitoring Committee. Chairman of the committee, Lord Ame Osunde, attributed the latest scarcity of fuel to some hitches at the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company, which he said delayed loading of petrol, adding that some dealers capitalized on the challenge to either hoard the product or sell at exorbitant price.
Although there was a little bit of hiccups over the weekend, and we found out that we have been able to get a full a grip of the situation. Warri is loading now, and this week we are sure the products will be everywhere. Actually, Astolin filling station, they were selling for 110, and we have sealed up the filling station. We don't want them to make life very difficult for members of the public. So that's why we seal it up, and it remains sealed.
It was observed that some petrol dealers who displayed the no petrol sign secretly sold the product to some selected customers. Kingsley Uchebu reporting.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has announced the deployment of additional trucks of petrol to arrest the emerging fuel queues in some fuel stations in Abuja. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation said this in a statement signed by its group manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Ohia Libe. The corporation explained that it had increased the fuel supply to the Federal Capital Territory and environs from the usual average of 160 trucks per day to 250 trucks, amounting to 8.25 million liters. This development, according to the NNPC, was to arrest the null experience due to last weekend's State House of Assembly rerun election in Niger State, which affected truck movement from the Suleja depot. It called on members of the public to refrain from all forms of hoarding, diversion, and panic buying of petroleum products. The corporation also assured the citizens of availability of petrol to meet the demand of consumers in Abuja and beyond. The Minister of Solid Minerals, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, has said that the federal government is set to revoke licenses in the mining and exploration sector that have been dormant and have not operated over a period of time. Speaking during a fact-finding tour to Niger State, the minister said that the federal government is not out to criminalize ordinary Nigerians who are working hard to make a living for themselves, but added that if they choose to remain illegal after government has extended its hands of support, they will have to face the wrath of the law. Dr. Fayemi explained the benefits of organizing the illegal miners into cooperatives, and these include helping them with facilities to access finances. The minister, who paid a courtesy visit to the Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello after his visit to some mining sites in Piakoro and Chachanga, said that government wants mining to become the alternative revenue earner in the country. He stressed the importance of strengthening the relationship between the federal government and states, speaking that Niger State Governor called on the federal government to show more commitment to the development of solid minerals. He pointed out that the over-dependence on oil has not paid the nation in recent times and lauded the efforts of the minister in ensuring that those with licenses in the sector put their license to use. You're watching ITV World News at noon. Still to come, U.S.-Russia brokered truce to start in Syria. Details after this break.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our Ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become Oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter and fish. We want to train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hats. This workshop will take place for Glass House Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
Will be Saturday and Sunday. To take part for this workshop, now check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brothers and sisters, who now do?
And at a foreign scene, the U.S. and Russia have announced that a planned cessation of hostilities in Syria will come into effect at midnight on 27th of February. The truce did not include so-called Islamic State and the Al-Qaeda-linked Nusra Front. In Kiruka, Anajemba has details.
World powers agreed on 12th February that a truce would come into effect within a week, but that deadline passed and skepticism remains over the new plan. On Sunday, 140 died in bombings in Homs and Damascus as the violence continued. More than 250,000 Syrians have been killed in the conflict, which began in March 2011. Some 11 million others have been forced from their homes, of whom 4 million have fled abroad, including growing numbers who are making the dangerous journey to Europe. Separately, Syrian's government has called a parliamentary election for 13th April. The last was in 2012, and they are held every 4 years. Earlier, the White House said that President Barack Obama had phoned his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, at Mr. Putin's request to discuss the effort to establish the cessation of hostilities. After the phone call, the joint Russian-U.S. statement was released. The statement said the threats applied to those parties to the Syrian conflict that have indicated their commitment to and acceptance of its terms. It also adds that airstrike by Syrian, Russia and the US-led coalition against these groups would continue. In Kiruka, Anna Jemba reporting.
Water supply has been partially restored in the Indian capital, Delhi, where up to 10 million people were affected after protesters sabotaged a key canal. In Kiruka, Anna Jemba reports that the army took control of the canal in neighboring states on Monday.
The army took control of parts of the canal on Monday morning. The repairs are expected to take time. 18 people have been killed and hundreds injured in 3 days of riots. Protesters went on the rampage, a curfew, and the deployment of the army, which is reported to have opened fire on them. Meanwhile, 16 million people live in Delhi, and around 350 of the city water is supplied by the Muna Canal, which runs through Haryana. The city schools, which were closed because of the crisis, have reopened. Delhi Water Minister said the crisis was still not over and urged people to use water carefully. He tweeted today that some water had been released from the canal. This, he said, had led to restoration of partial supplies in north and central Delhi. He said more than 70 water tankers from this area have been moved to the western part of the city, where partial supplies would be hopefully restored by today evening. It is not clear how many households are still without water. Prior warning meant that people had managed to save water and tankers had been dispatched to affected areas of the city, but that this had not been enough to make up for the shortfall. In Kiruka, Anna Jemba reporting.
The authorities in the U.S. state of Michigan have charged a taxi driver with 6 counts of murder after he went on a random shooting spree on Saturday. Jason Brian Dalton, age 45, remained expressionless as the charges were read in court on Monday. He was arrested over the shooting at 3 different locations in Kalamazoo with no apparent links to the victim. Mr. Dalton, a driver for a cab hailing up Uber, was reported to be picking up passengers in between the attacks. Officials in Kalamazoo said Mr. Dalton confessed to the killings. The company says it had run a background check on the suspect, and the police have confirmed he had no criminal record. A prayer service was held in honor of the victims at a church in Kalamazoo later on Sunday evening. The number of people killed in the cyclone that hit Fiji at the weekend has risen to 29, with officials warning the clear-up could take months. About 8,500 people are still sheltering in evacuation centers. Cyclone Winston has flattened many buildings in parts of main island. The Category 5 storm brought winds of over 320 km per hour, torrential rain and waves of up to 12 meters. It has been described by the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation as the worst to ever hit the country. 8 bodies were found there on Monday. Rescue workers warned that the death toll could rise further as some of the worst hit outlying islands have yet to be reached. The New Zealand Air Force has helped Fijian rescuers carry out area inspections across almost all the islands, Mr. Perrin said. Officials said the priority now is to provide water and shelter to Fijians as they begin rebuilding their homes. Many parts of the country remain without power. Australia and New Zealand have authorized the release of emergency aid supplies held in Suva. Thousands of migrants and refugees have been stranded near Athens and on Greece's northern border after Macedonia stopped allowing Afghans in. More than 5,000 people were stuck at the border, and at one point, several tried to storm the fence. 4,000 more arrived by sea from the Aegean Islands in Piraeus port. Macedonia said it was following other governments by allowing in only Syrian and Iraqis. Greece protested against the decision. The Macedonian move came 3 days after Austria imposed a daily limit of 80 asylum claims on its southern border. At least 3,000 barrels of crude oil have been spilled in an Amazonian region after leaks from Peru's main oil pipeline, the state oil company said. The oil has polluted 2 rivers and at least 8 indigenous communities rely on for water, and government and indigenous leaders said. Peru has promised a full cleanup and is also providing food and water. The company said the first leak was triggered by a landslide, but the cause of the second rupture was unclear. The oil has poured into the Chiraco and Morona rivers in northwest Peru. The government environment watchdog OEFA confirmed the report. The spill has affected the Anqua community and heavy rains have hampered efforts to contain it. Local indigenous leader Edwin Montegoro was the one filing. And now talking sports, Super Eagles coach Sondo Lisa will defend his team list and preparation for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Egypt on March 25, when they met the Nigerian Football Federation Technical Committee on Friday this week. Olise only last weekend groaned about his inability to make contact with the players he intend to invite for the must-win double-header against the Egyptians due to financial constraint. Meanwhile, a member of the technical committee of the Nigerian Football Federation has hinted that Olise will be in Abuja this Friday to discuss his team list and match plans. The Eagles will play group leaders Egypt in Kaduna on March 25 before a reverse fixture in Egypt 2 days later. Super Eagles must win the 2 games to be in a good state to qualify for the AFCON 2017 finals. We will now take a look at the global weather prospect for today. And now to end the world news at noon, a look again at our major stories. The U.S. and Russia have announced that a planned cessation of hostilities in Syria will come into effect at midnight on 27 February. A water supply have been temporarily restored in the Indian capital Delhi, where up to 10 million people were affected after protesters sabotaged a key canal. And the number of people killed in cyclone that hit Fiji at the weekend has risen to 29. On behalf of the news producer in Kiruka and Najemba, I am Wilson Omasho, thanking you so much for watching. Bye for now.
Independent television news truly independent.
Hi, my name is Joy, the only Yori baby. Do you know that your skin is the most important thing you have ever got here on earth? With Joy's herbal beauty product, you can nurture and keep your skin looking healthy and beautiful. Visit our website on www.joyceherbalsalesuk.co.uk. Also visit our office here in Benin at number 28 Ozolwa Avenue off Ekenwa Road by Ekenwa Park. Visit our new office here in GRA Benin at number 63 Ihiama Road, GRA Benin City. Telephone 0803-478-9264 or 0805-510-7208. Buy 2 products and have free facial. Oh my God. What are you waiting for? Come down to our office in GRA and also in Ekenwa Road, and we are going to make it to look more yori and shine. I love you.
Hi. Do you have challenges paying your school fees or your children's school fees? Relax. Worry no more. Just pack your bags because you're going back to school. FX Africa Limited has got a solution. Meet us in our office at 69 Mission Road in City or call
0809 749 3477
or
0902 117 2788.
Remember, FX Africa.
This is Deccan Supermarket and Mother Care Shop, the one-stop place for all your needs. Deccan Mother Care has years of experience and foresight when it comes to catering for your baby from birth. Our stock are manufactured by tried and tested names: Advent, Cousins, Johnson, Tommy Tippy, etc. Dear mom-to-be, step into Deccan Mother Care world and be satisfied. Prices are quite affordable. Because we are dedicated to the total you, Deccan Supermarket provides for your other needs, be it provision, cosmetics, kitchenwares, male and female dress accessories, drinks, frozen foods, dry goods, and much more. Deccan is close to you at 22 Ugbo Village Road, Benin City. Phone 0803 3820475 or 0708 146 1115. At Deccan, you need it, we have it.
Do you want a solid foundation for your child? Do you want to give your child high-quality education? Salvation International Preparatory Schools is the place to be. With our highly trained and qualified tutors, ultra-modern computer laboratory, conducive environment for learning, state-of-the-art science laboratories, vocational training, day and body facilities, local and international excursion, and sports competitions, your child is bound to grow into a highly disciplined and academically sound individual.
Many of my children have graduated from here. FSA graduate, working in Bayelsa, he finished from here. Robert is in South Africa, he finished from here. Salvation has been a very great school.
Register your children and wards into Salvation International Preparatory Schools to give them a solid foundation for their future. For more information, call 080-233-76135 or 080-522-04189. SIPS remains the birthplace of leaders.
To family on a fun-fit vacation in Nigeria or anywhere in the world, are you a company or corporate institution and you want to have an expertise and range?
Music, this is my style. Everybody let us dance. It's party time. Grab your love and shake that thing to my music. Shelf that store and come along. Regret no more. This is my music. This is my style. This is my music.
This is my style. My style. Orin ti pọ̀ jù o, àlùjọ kan yà pa. Orin ti pọ̀ jù o, àlùjọ kan yà pa. Tí n bá sọ pé ń kọrin, àwọn tèmi á fara kín. Àwọn tí gbọ́rọ̀ náà nígbà. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe ládòye máa fi yọ̀yẹ́ ṣeré o. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń